Okay, I think I need to talk about one more thing today, and I know lots of videos, but that is how have I managed to build a six-figure income earning Beachbody business at home with my kids. So I'm going to tell you the real truth of how it is and how I did that today. So you can very realistically build this business in 2 hours a day. If you want to build this business faster than I did, put in 5 hours a day. Ask yourself the question, what am I willing to do now to have a six-figure income earning business 2 years from now? So when I was a brand new coach, I kind of put my toe in the water for a couple of months. And once I really caught the vision, I asked myself the hard questions. I said, okay, what am I willing to do now to have success down the road, to build some momentum, to grow my network, to grow my business so that I can have family freedom, so I can have my husband home with me, and so we could have that great foundation 2 years from now. So you have to look big picture. So I got up early. Every single day, I would get up sometimes at 4 or 5 in the morning, do my workout, and connect with people. I would do what I call the power hour, which is sending out messages, inviting people to challenge groups, and reaching out to people and growing my network every morning before my kids got up. And then I would post about my day. So the coolest part about being a coach and being a mom is that you're sharing your life, and that becomes a business building behavior. So when I made healthy muffins with my kids, I would post about that and post the recipe and link it to my blog, so I was driving people there. And then later on, I would post about what I did with my kids, or I would post about my workout. And the cool thing is that with cell phones, you can really cut and paste and post throughout your day. And then when my kids napped, or when I had some quiet time in the afternoon, I would try to find at least 1 to 2 hours in the afternoon where I could answer messages, check into challenge groups, work on a project or two, and then I would try to put in another hour after my kids went to bed. So if you want to grow and you want to grow fast, you need to find 3 hours to 5 hours somewhere in your day realistically if you want to grow this fast. Now, can you build this business in 1 to 2 hours a day? Absolutely. If all you did was your power hour of reaching out to people, inviting people every single day and checking into your challenge group, your business would grow. Would you go diamond in 30 days? Probably not. So you just have to ask yourself, what do you want? If you want the six-figure business and you want to run fast, we're going to link arms with you and help you do that. If you want to make $500 a month, you can work your business and work it at your own pace and grow at your own pace. And eventually, you will get to that big income by being consistent. But the trick about being a Beachbody coach is that you can't work one day and then work on Friday. You have to work every single day. So here's how I did it as a mom, because I feel like sometimes we're like crazy multitaskers as moms, and you feel like you're trying to do everything and you're not doing anything well. So I'm going to tell you, in the last 2 years of being a coach, that my laundry never got put away. I always had dishes in my sink. I would tell my kids, okay, mommy's going to work for 2 hours and this is what you're going to do. They would sit next to me at the kitchen table and color. That was the time that they got their TV hour, or they would do their homework right next to me, and I would work and they would work and we would work simultaneously. Or I would take them to the park, and while they were running, I would answer messages on my phone. And then I would tell them, this is when mommy's going to work, and then we're going to go do this. And then I would tell my husband, okay, we're going to get the kids to bed, and then I'm going to check into my groups for this allotted amount of time, and then I'm going to shut everything down and spend time with you. So it's really important as a new coach that you talk to your family and you say, this is my goal, this is what I'm working for, and this is how we're going to make it work. So make a plan. So if you work full time, then do some in the morning, check into groups, answer messages on your lunch break, then come home, decompress for an hour, and work for an hour before you go to bed. yes, you're going to have to fit this into the cracks of your day, but isn't that so cool that you can literally fit coaching into the cracks of your day? I know so many people who have said, I don't have time to be a Beachbody coach. I had 4 little kids when I started. I was still working nights at the hospital. My husband was in an accelerated pharmacy school graduate program. I never saw him. I had church responsibilities. I was on the PTA. I was everywhere. But I found slots to stick it in, and I blocked out the time that I could, and I just worked whenever I could. And if you will work whenever you can every day and be consistent, your business will grow. And that's how I've done it. Now, have there been hard days where my kids are like, Mom, get off your phone, and I have to keep myself in check and say, okay, it's time to put my phone away. It's time to not work. Here's how I deal with that. I have to, like today, these videos are getting posted in this group at noon, my Pacific Standard Time, because my husband was sick this morning and my work hours that I was supposed to have didn't happen. And my kids were up all night with asthma, so I didn't get to my workout until 7 instead of 5 in the morning. So you have to be willing to just throw your hands up in the air as a mom or whatever and say, this isn't going to be perfect, but it's worth the sacrifice. And for me, looking back at all the personal sacrifices I made, like sometimes I was in tears. I tell my husband, I'm tired. Like I don't want to get up at 4 a.m. and work out and work. But for me, I loved this business enough to make sacrifices for it and to grow. And if you can ask yourself, what would I give to have a 6-figure income business where I have complete control over my schedule in 2 years? It's totally worth those sacrifices. So whether you decide to work your business 1 to 2 hours a day or 5 hours a day or wherever you can, we as a team are committed to you to help you lock arms and run as fast as you want to run. So that's kind of how I've done it. And sometimes I feel like a crazy person, but I also have the freedom to say, you know what? It's Thursday and I'm going to pull my kids out of school and we're all going to go to the beach for the day. Because I can do that. I don't have a boss. I'm the boss. And every day I have a to-do list this long and it only gets half done. You know what? That's okay because I'm the boss. And I can leave it. And if my laundry doesn't get done, then I'll leave it. And it's just laundry, you know? And the other thing that I've done is whenever I could, I started paying people to do things for me that I didn't have to do myself. So creating pictures, marketing material, sending out just like random reply emails, anything that I could think of that didn't specifically have to be me and my voice, I paid someone to do. And so the more you grow, the more you can choose to offload to somebody else. So I'm to the point now where I just talked to my husband. I'm like, okay, well, I don't really want to spend my time after I've worked doing the dishes. And he doesn't want to spend his time after being with the kids all day or for those hours doing the dishes. So I'm like, why don't we pay someone to do our dishes? Like, that makes sense, right? Because then it decreases your stress level. It gives you time with your family and it helps you build the life that you want, and it enables you to grow your business where you would have spent 3 hours cleaning your kitchen rather than working your business. So pay someone to clean your kitchen. So just another thing to think about as far as growing your business and giving yourself the time to do that. And that's kind of my thoughts. If you have more questions, comment below or send me a message and we can talk about it. But being a mom and a Beachbody coach can feel a little bit hectic, I'm not going to lie, but it has been the biggest, most amazing blessing for our family ever. And my kids realize that, you know, now daddy's home most of the time because mommy has done that. And so it's become a family effort for us. It's a family business rather than just my business, and we all make that work so that we can be together more. So that's kind of my tips on building a business as a mom and finding time. So message me or post questions below if you have anything else to ask.